name is Sylvia Watts-Cherry, and I'm a knitwear designer based in the UK, in near London, actually, in Hertfordshire. I'm a late bloomer into knitwear designing, in that I had my career before, and once we sold our family business, I then wanted to get back into knitting, which I've been doing since the 1970s, long, long time ago. So I'm a dinosaur. And so once I started, I realized that I really enjoyed the creative side of knitting. I got the opportunity to be part of a TV program here in the UK, designing, found I enjoyed it. And that was the start of my knitwear design business. So what inspires me is color, as you can see. I love color, I love texture. And one of the things I've been inspired actually by is my search for cultural heritage. And I've been brought up in the UK, but my heritage is Nigerian, in West Africa. And I went to knitting, wasn't even knitting. I went to an exhibition in London in 2016, 2017. And I was so amazed at the beautiful colors and textures that I saw from African exhibits, that a eureka moment occurred. And I just wondered why nobody was using these designs in their knitwear. So that's what inspires me. I've used the British Museum to look at artifacts from historic indigenous tribes and looked at patterns and designs which I thought would work. For instance, this one here, the woman king, this inspired this one from Cuba, the tribes of women that were warriors and were used by kings to guard them. And you might have seen the Black Panther, where they had the women warriors. That was those women. So those inspired that design. So I've been using that. But what are we going to do when you come over? Well, I've got a few little tricks for you. Hopefully you'll enjoy. So there's a little bit of exploration into intarsia, looking at different pattern stitches that you can use in intarsia. So if you're new to the technique, absolutely do not worry. I'm going to hopefully bring some yarn with different colors to inspire you. So we're going to practice techniques. I looked at typical African village life and wanted to tell the story of what a typical village life would be, and in terms of the community and markets and animals. So it was all just everything thrown in. It wasn't real, but some people do recognize it as places they've seen. So I designed this all the way around panoramic view of a village, where you have different scenes of people in. So you have down here, you have people pounding yam, chatting, going to market, and others walking around. So that's sort of, so one of the ideas I had was of going outside, and for those who can sketch a bit, maybe do a simple sketch which we can turn into a landscape to then knit up and then practice all the intarsia. That would make an absolutely beautiful, either a little hanging for the wall, or it could indeed, so you could hang it up as a picture, or you could turn it into a cowl. So the other thing I was thinking of was making squares. So some of those little ideas of flowers and things from the garden could be used for intarsia and knitting up squares, and then using them as sample small squares for blankets with other plain colors around. So or cushion cover. So I wanted to explore different ideas of intarsia, but without being too prescriptive, because I know this is also a holiday for everyone. And I don't think you want to be at school the whole time. So for me, I felt that people would want to enjoy being in Tuscany, but also come away with a skill and maybe a project or two. So it could be a simple project for people, or others could use it as a building block to make something bigger. But what I'd like to do is to use the beautiful surroundings around us for inspiration and come up with something that is uniquely yours, come up with a little design that will act as a memento for the experience of being in such a beautiful place. And I will have a free pattern as well. I don't give everything away, but it will be colorful, or as colorful as you want it. But yes, it's just for a chance for us to chill, relax, and enjoy company in a beautiful surrounding, and to come away with something which will be memorable as well. And for some of you, it might be a new technique, but for others, it will be just advancing that technique of intarsia knitting too. So can't wait, and I hope you'll join me.